everyone, how's everyone doing today? My name is Gina and I am doing great. Alright, are we ready for another day of Craftmas? I am going to go ahead and tell you I have already started this video, but when I turned off my camera to let the paint dry that I have done, I got a video card error message and I was like, huh? And I went to look and all of that footage is gone. So you will see some part already done, but I didn't get too far into the video, so yay. But today what I want to do is I want to make a little snowman. I saw this, pretty sure, just scrolling through Pinterest, or I don't even know how I found it. But it's a little not snowman, a little Santa Claus, a little ho-ho, and you put cotton balls on his beard, right? And when it's all full, that's when Santa comes. It's a Santa beard countdown. Normally it's on like a piece of paper, but I wanted to do it on a piece of wood to keep it for year after year. We'll still use cotton balls, but I'm going to use like glue dots or maybe even double-sided tape, just so that when we get done we can take it off and you can use it year after year. You know what I mean? So I am so excited. I have sketched out the ho-ho, the Santa Claus. This will be on my Facebook group for you to download for free if you want to get the pattern to make your own little Santa beard countdown. Alright, so this is what I've done so far. I went ahead and used my graphite paper like usual, and you know, the words are not working today, and copied them down on here, sketched them out, whatever you want to call it. Y'all, really, seriously, I don't know. Words are not coming out. You know, when I do this, and then I put the paper under there, I traced it onto there. There, with graphite paper. Alright, and then I used mistletoe for the background. So that is as far as I had gotten in the video. So the background is pretty dry. It's dry enough where we can continue. I did go over the colors I'm going to use, so let me do that right now. We'll be using mistletoe for the background, and for the holly we will be shading with evergreen with the holly, but around Santa I think I'm going to try leaf green. We'll see how that looks. If it's not deep enough, then you know what, I'm just going to go with evergreen on that. For the hat, we're going to undercoat with olive green, and then we are going to use Santa red as our base coat, black plum as our shadow, neon fiery red for our highlights. For the white part of the hat, which is these, I'm going to use light buttermilk and shade with antique white and highlight with titanium white. For his skin, we're going to use natural buff. We're going to shade with warm beige, and we will highlight with warm white. For his beard and his mustache, this mustache reminds me of my dad's. I guess that's why I made it that way, because my dad's mustache was really, really fat and thick. But anyway, so I don't know. I'm going to use buttermilk to base coat the mustache and the beard, and I'm going to highlight with titanium white, and we will use Blue Harbor and titanium white and lamp black for his eyes when I get his eyes drawn on there. So let's start painting him. The background is done. I'm going to do the base coats first, like I normally always do, and then I will go into the fun part, which is the shading and the highlighting that really brings it to life, right? Alright, so I'm just going to start at the top and I'm going to move on down. So we're going to start with the light buttermilk for the pom-pom. for our undercoat for his red hat. And the reason we do that is it will not take as many coats of the red, and it just helps that red to pop. I don't know what the magic is. I don't know who thought of it. I have no idea, but it really does help to just bring that red out in whatever red. So if you put a green down first, that is what will happen. Oh my gosh, that green is even just cute on its own. Ooh, no, I want it red. Ooh, thank you. All right. Okay, so I'm starting my second coat on here, but I wanted to show you with the red. See how that just pops? It just makes it where you only need to do one coat of your red, whereas, you know, normally you would maybe have to do 2, maybe even 3 coats to get it this really opaque and beautiful. So kudos to whoever figured out to put green down and then put your red over it. Okay, so all the second coats are done. So now all I need to do is let this dry completely. I mean, it's drying pretty quick. I do want to say I do not like using buttermilk. Never liked using buttermilk. I don't know what the formula is with it, but I always have the hardest time with the brush strokes and stuff with the buttermilk. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the color of it, you know, but it is cute. So all right, we'll let this dry completely and then I'll come back and we'll do the fun part, the shading and the highlighting, and we'll bring Ho Ho to life. All right, I will be back. Okay, so this is completely dried and the oh my gosh. So what I want to do right now, whoa, is I do want to take, oh, well, I didn't do it on a piece of transfer paper. I just got so excited, didn't I? Alright. Why did I not do that on a piece of transfer paper? That's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's see if I can't see through. Yeah, I think that's good. We're just gonna do his eyes. I just gotta transfer his eyes over. I'm pretty sure. Whoops. Okay. Usually I do this on transfer paper. I don't know why I didn't. I think I was just so excited to get going that I didn't do that. Alright, so we'll start first and then just see before I make too much of a commitment. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Alright. I do want to go over just this part again so I know exactly where that holly leaf is at. Yeah, okay. So we're good to go. Alright, so, oh, he's kind of cute. Alright, what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of shading up here, or at his pom-pom. So I'm going to use antique white to do that, and probably my 1/4 of an inch shading brush. Use that same antique white to put the shadow in the band of the hat and around the holly and the berries to set it, you know, to make it look pretty in the hat. Then I'm going to move on to the black plum and do the shading work on the hat with it. I'm now using titanium white to put the highlights in the pom-pom and the brim of the hat. Now I'm using the fiery red to put highlights in the red part of the hat. Neon fiery red. Neon. Now I'm using the evergreen, and I'm going to go ahead and shadow in the holly leaves. And I also am going to go ahead, because I use mistletoe on both the background and the holly leaves, that one holly leaf I'm working on right now kind of got lost, so I just went ahead and put the shadow around it so that I would visually see where it was at. Now I'm using the warm beige. I felt like it wasn't strong enough, so I have moved on. Actually, this is mocha that I'm using because the warm beige was not deep enough, so I used mocha instead to do his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. Now I'm moving on to create his eyes using the titanium white, the blue harbor, and the lamp black. I'm using the lamp black to make his little eyebrows. Here I'm using my pastel chalks just to put the blush on him. I like using this better than paint. I have more control over it and I like the way it looks better. So as you see, I'm just using my finger. You could use a small brush if you want, but the finger works just fine. I felt like the holly leaves needed a little bit more shadow, so that's what I'm doing there. And now I'm putting black plum, shadowing the berries with black plum, and then I'll use the neon fiery red to highlight those. Here I'm highlighting the holly leaves with antique gold. I'm needing to transfer his little mustache, so I'll make sure that I've got it in the right spot, so that's what I did there. Here I'm using the antique white to put his little mustache in there to set it in, and I also will use it to kind of make him look like his mustache has got dimension in it. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Yeah, right here. I just wanted it to look like, you know, there were several rows to see how bushy it is. And now I'm going in with that titanium white and just giving highlights on his bottom lip there. And I will also use it to get highlights in his mustache. I'm using titanium white for the twinkle in his eye. I'm using the evergreen to water down quite a bit in my script liner to make the veins in the holly. And of course titanium white to put a little highlight. And then I wanted a little bit more highlight on his nose and the bottom lip. So I wanted the hat to look like it had been out in the frigid air of the North Pole. So I'm adding sparkle ice paint to the pom-pom and brim. I have this cool looking stencil that I'm using that same paint to stencil it onto the hat. Then I have a stamp that has ho on it, and I'm using titanium white and evergreen on that. And for the beard itself, I'm using a bottle cap. I'm going to use a pencil to just get my guidelines, and then I'll use a micron pen to just make it really pop. All right, now I want to finish him off. I do want to hang him. So we can either, you know, put little holes in and put some ribbon in that way, if we want to do that, or we can use hot glue and just hot glue, because this does not weigh hardly anything. He is dried. Oh my gosh, isn't he adorable? Oh my gosh, he is gonna be super duper cute hanging up. And I was thinking about it, the glue dot, it is glue, so therefore it is going to be way stickier. I would use probably just a piece of regular Scotch tape and put it on, and it should, and yeah, it'll work just as well. And then you're not taking your paint off. So that's what I would use instead of the glue dots. I mean, if you want, you can use the glue dots. Okay guys, that's it for me for this video. I hope that you're enjoying this series. I am, y'all, I cannot express to you how much I love this series. I just love it so much. And I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're crafting. If you are, please comment down below. What are you doing? Even head over to my Facebook group, Gina B's Studios Discussion, and show pictures of what you're doing. I love to see that stuff. And if you like the video, please give the video a like and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. I would appreciate it so much. All right, y'all. I will see you tomorrow for another Craftmas video. Y'all be good to one another. Bye.